Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anchal. In my last video, I discussed about measure of central tendency. In fact, before that, what is central tendency, then measures of central tendency, and particularly mean, its merit, its demerit, and how to calculate it on MS Excel. In this video, I am going to talk about another measure of central tendency, which is median. Median is the middle observation in a set of observations that have been ranked in numerical order. So, as its name suggests, median is the middle value of the data set. So, if we have 1, 2, 3 data points, so here the middle value is 2. There are equal number of observations before 2 and after 2. Similarly, if I have 5 data points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in this case, the middle value is 3. We have 2 observations below 3 and 2 observations above 3. So, 3 is the middle term. But if suppose I have 4 number of observations, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, we have 2 middle terms. To maintain the symmetry, if we have to take 2 middle terms here, and then we can say 1 observation below these 2 middle terms and 1 observation above these 2 middle terms. Similarly, if we have 6 observations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in this case, again we have 2 middle terms and 2 observations below this and 2 observations above, right? So formula for calculating median depends upon sample size. If sample size is even, then there is a different formula for calculating median. If sample size is odd number, then there is a different formula for calculating median. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. So here we are going to discuss the first case where we have odd number of observations in our sample. So in this case, median is n plus 1 by 2th term. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 number of observations. N is equal to 7. So we have to put 7 plus 1 divided by 2. This will be 8 by 2. That means 4th term. 4th term will be the median term. Is it clear? 4th term will be the median term. But our data is not arranged in any order. It's neither arranged in ascending order nor in descending order. So we have to arrange our data in ascending order. Here the lowest value is 16 and the maximum value is 25. Okay, so I'm just going to write our data into ascending order. The first observation will be 16, then 18, 19, 20, 21, 23 and 25. Okay, so 4th term, after arranging my data into ascending order, the 4th term is what? This 20. Okay, so 20 is the median for this data set. Please remember, usually students do one mistake. They usually take 4 as a median. 4 is not a median. 4th term is median. Okay, so 4th term is 20. That's why 20 is median. And 4th term after arranging data in, say, ascending order. Ascending order. Okay, so 4th term after arranging data in ascending order. Okay, I hope you understand now. So now if we have even number of observations, in this case median is the value of the midpoint between those observations. So in case of 1, 2, 3, 4, median will be the average of two midpoints. So 2 plus 3 divided by 2. This will be 5 by 2. So that means 2.5. So in this case median will be 2.5. Okay. Here is another example. We have one data set of sample size 6. Here n is equal to 6 and we have to calculate median. So formula for median is, it is the average of two middle terms, right? So two middle terms are n by 2th term and n by 2 plus 1th term. Okay, divided by 2. So here if again we have to arrange our data in ascending order. So the minimum is 16 and maximum is 25. It will be 16, 18, 20, 21, 23 and 25. Okay, so after arranging the data we get this sequence. Now n by 2 is what? Here n is equal to 6, so n by 2 is 6 by 2. Okay, so this will be the third term plus n by 2 plus 1th term. N by 2 is 3, so 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So third term plus fourth term divided by 2 will be the median. So here the third term is 20 and fourth term is 21. We have to take average of 20 and 21. So this will be 20.5. So median in this case is 20.5. Okay. Now please consider another example. We have again two data sets. First data set have 12 number of observations and second data set have 11 number of observations. Okay, so in case of 11 number of observations, 11 means odd number, right? So in case of odd number, the formula is n plus 1 by 2th term. N plus 1 by 2th term after arranging the data in ascending order. So here this data is already arranged in ascending order. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to just figure out n plus 1 by 2th term. So what it will be, here n is equal to 11. So 11 plus 1 by 2. It will be 12 by 2, that means 6th term. Not 6, 6th term. 6th term is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this 600 will be the median. Okay, this will be the median. But in first data set we have 12 number of observations. So 12 means even number of observations. In case of even number of observations, formula is n by 2th term plus n by 2 plus 1 th term divided by 2. So basically it is the average of, you might think that the formula is very complicated, so no need of worries. Okay, simply median is average of two middle term in case of even number of observations. So here total 12 number of observations. So middle means simply the first thing click in our mind is just divide the number by 2. So 12 by 2 is 6. Okay, so this is what n by 2, which we usually do. Okay, so from there we get the first middle term, which will be the sixth term, plus, because in case of even number of observations we have two middle terms, so the next term will be the seventh term. So seventh term. So simply we have to take average of sixth term and seventh term. So that's why we are dividing it by 2. So again, this data set is also arranged in ascending order. So we just look at the numbers. Sixth term is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600 and 750. This is what is mentioned here. 600 and 750 divided by 2. So median in this case is 675. Okay, I hope now you are very much clear about median and how to calculate median in case of even number of observations and in case of odd number of observations. Now we come to the characteristics of median. The first characteristic of median is it is easy to understand and calculate. Yes, as its name suggests, median is the middle value. It is very easy to understand and calculate, right? The next characteristic is it is not affected by extreme values. To understand this, we again go through some example. Here again we have two data sets, 1 and 2, and we have 7 observations in each data set. Okay, but if we look at data set 2, the observations are very close to each other. There is no extreme value present in data set 2. Right, but in data set 1, one value is too big as compared to other values, and that value is 100. So here 100 is extreme value. Why this is extreme value? Because this value is very big as compared to other data points. Okay, so now we have to see how median is different or same in case of extreme values. That means how extreme values affects median. Okay, so first of all we have to arrange the data set. This data set is not arranged in ascending order. So if we talk about data set 1, it will be 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 100. In case of data set 2, it will be 1, 2, 2, 2.5, 3, 3 and 4. Okay, so total number of observations are 7. N is equal to 7. So this is odd number, and for odd number the formula is n plus 1 by 2th term. Okay, so 7 plus 1 8 by 2 4. So that means fourth term. Fourth term. So in this case the fourth term is 3, and in data set 2 the fourth term is 2.5. Right. So what we get from this exercise, what we have to notice in this exercise is that in case of median, extreme values affects very less to the median point, while mean is much affected by extreme values. Right, if we calculate the mean for data set 1, the formula for mean was mean is equal to sum of all observations divided by total number of observations. Right, so sum or when we calculate mean for data set 1, it will be 16.42, while for data set 2 it will be 2.5. Okay, so one thing which we should notice is when we don't have outliers, then mean and median are equal. Median value is 2.5 and mean value is also 2.5. Okay, here this is not 3, sorry, this is 2.5. But when we have outliers in the data set, then mean and median are very much different from each other. In case of data set 1, when we have outliers, the median value is 3, but the mean value is 16.42. So the difference between mean and median is quite large. Okay, so that is why when we have outliers or extreme values in our data set, we should use median, not mean. This is very important point, and many times this could be one of the MCQ or interview question. So this is one of the takeaway message. Okay, I repeat, in case of extreme values or in case of outliers, we should compute median, not mean, as a measure of central tendency. Why? Because in case of extreme values, mean is much affected by extreme value, while median is least affected by extreme value. Okay, now I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can put in the comment section so that I can reply. Next characteristic of median is it can be calculated for distribution having open-ended classes. So as we discussed in the last video as well, open-ended means when one of the limit of the interval is not known. It could be either the lower limit or the upper limit, but at least one of the limit is not known. Then it is open-ended. Now to understand this point, median can be calculated for distributions having open-ended classes. We have to again go through one example. Here we have dataset 1 and dataset 2. In dataset 1 we have 9 observations, okay, and in dataset 2 we have 9 observations. So same number of observations in both datasets. Okay, so if we compute median in first data set, we have 9 plus 1 divided by 2. So 10 by 2. Fifth term will be the median. Fifth term after arranging the data into ascending order. So this data is already arranged in ascending order. So we directly count the fifth term. So fifth term is 11. So 11 will be the median for data set 1. Similarly, if we look at data set 2, here we have the data points and frequency against each point. Okay. So when we have such kind of data, when we have data points and frequency, then what we have to do is there is a little bit different approach to calculate median. What it is? First of all, we have to compute cumulative frequency less than cumulative frequency. That means how many observations are less than this point, the first point of table. How many observations are less than here 10. So how many observations are less than 10? How many observations are less than or equal to 10? 3. Because frequency for 10 is 3. So number of observations less than or equal to 10 are 3. Similarly, number of observations less than or equal to 11 are 3 plus 4. Right? So 3 plus 4 is 7. So how we get this 7? 3 observations less than equal to 10 plus 4 observations of 11. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. And how many observations are less than and equal to 12? Less than and equal to 12. So for that we have to add 2 in last cumulative frequency. So we have to add 2 in 7 and we will get 9. So this is how we have to compute less than cumulative frequency. Now what we have to do is we have to do n by 2. Here n is 9. So 9 by 2 is 4.5. Now the second step is we have to see cumulative frequency just greater than n by 2. So here in this example, cumulative frequency just greater than 4.5 is 7, right? Now let me use another color of ink. Okay, so here 7 is the cumulative frequency just greater than n by 2, so just greater than 4.5. So the value of x corresponding to this cumulative frequency will be the median. So value of x corresponding to 7 is 11. So 11 will be the median in this case. Okay, now if you closely look at data set 1 and data set 2, both are same data sets. Here what is mentioned, 10 occurs 3 times. So 10 occurs 3 times. 11 occurs 4 times. 11 occurs 4 times. 12 occurs 2 times. So 12 occurs 2 times. This is ungrouped data. And data set 2 is group data. Okay, but because the data is same, that's why median value is also same. Okay, now if we convert this data set 2, which was group data, into intervals, okay, so we can rewrite this as less than and equal to 10, as we did earlier. Here I mentioned less than and equal to 10. Okay, so we can write 10 as less than and equal to 10, and frequency will be the same. 11, we keep 11 as 11, and instead of writing 12, we can write more than or equal to 12. Okay, so the frequency for this category will be same, that will be 2 only, because our real data set is this one. Okay, this is data set 3 is just another way of representing data set 1. Okay, so in this case we can compute the median. What we have to do is the same approach we did for data set 2, n by 2, that means 4.5. Cumulative frequency just greater than 4.5 is 7. So the value of x corresponding to this cumulative frequency of 7 will be the median. So 11 will be the median, right? This will be the median value. So what happened in this data set 3? Here, if suppose we don't have data set 1 and data set 2, and we directly have this data set 3. So our data is in this form. Here we have less than and equal to 10, which is an open-ended interval. Open-ended interval, right? Similarly, this last category is also open-ended. So we have two open-ended categories. If we only look at data set 3, we don't know less than and equal to 10 means what are the exact observations. We don't know that. We just know that there are 3 observations which are less than or equal to 10. Okay, so but still we can calculate median. That is why median can be calculated for distributions having open-ended classes. Okay, so I hope you understand this point as well, but if you still have any doubt, please put in the comment section. Now come upon the another merit, which is it can be calculated in case of qualitative data arranged in ascending or descending order. So yes, in qualitative data we have, if we have order, that means we are talking about ordinal scale. In data types I already talked about ordinal scale. Okay, so if our data is ordinal in nature, we can compute median. Why? Because we have to arrange our data in ascending or descending order. And in case of ordinal data, when we have orders, for example in case of ranks of the class, we know the order first, second, third rank, so we can arrange it and then we can compute the middle term, and that will be the median. Okay, so this merit is also correct. Now coming upon the demerit, the first demerit is in case of even number of cases, median cannot be calculated exactly. Yes, if you remember the very simple example of 1, 2, 3 and 4, here we have even number of cases. number of cases are 4. So here two middle terms are there, 2 and 3, and we have to take average of 2 and 3, that is 2.5. Now in our data of 1, 2, 3 and 4, there is no data point as 2.5, but this is the median. Okay, so this is what its demerit is. In case of even number of cases, median cannot be calculated exactly. In this case, the median is the number which doesn't exist in the data. Okay, the next demerit is it is not based upon all observations. Yes, we already discussed this point. Median is not based upon all observations. Just like here in dataset 3, we don't know about how many actually which data points are less than or equal to 10, but we only know that only there are 3 observations less than or equal to 10. Okay, so we are still able to calculate median in this case. So median is not based upon all the observations. Now we will discuss how to calculate median using Microsoft Excel. So we have here two series, the same data set we had in slides. Okay, so in male series we have let's see how many number of observations. So we can use count function as we discussed in last video. So 7 number of observations in first series, and how many observations in the second series? We can drag the formula in this way. So 6 observations in second series, and we have to compute median. So for computing median in Excel, we don't need to count total number of observations. We can simply write is equal to median, and we select the range. Okay, so median for males is 20 years. Similarly, we can compute median for females. So is equal to median, select range, and press enter. 20.5. So because in females we had 6 observations, so it takes average of 2 middle terms, that's why it's 20.5 here. Okay, so the answer is same. We can directly compute median in Microsoft Excel by using the function median. Okay, median. So this is the point we need to remember. That's all for today's discussion. If you have any doubt, you can drop me an email, or you can comment in comment box. I will get back to you. Thank you for watching.